Good evening. I, Purnima, again is going to explain you a new lesson today, and the name of the lesson is The Last Leaf. So, this lesson is written by O. Henry, a very famous writer, and the full name of O. Henry is William Sidney Potter. So, but he is famous by the name of O. Henry, but his real name is William Sidney Potter. He was born in North California. California is in USA, and children, he writes a very short. He's a short story writer, and the best thing about his story that his story has a surprise ending. That means from the beginning till the last, nobody feels bored in his story. In fact, people are willing to know what will be happening at last. So that's why his story was loved by many people. Many people had gone through his story because it has a surprise ending. Nobody feel bored from the beginning till end. Nobody will feel bored when they read his story. Now, children, the last leaf, and in this story, two friends are there, and the theme is of this lesson is friendship. The whole theme, the whole story is rotating around, uh, around about a common theme, and this theme is friendship. And a true friend always sacrifices their life for the sake of his friend. So here I hope you will like the story. It's really very interesting. And now let's read. First I will be telling you some more things about the poet the writer O. Henry, and then I will be teaching you. So with this I begin. So I told you William Sidney Potter, and he was known by the name of O. Henry. He was born in September 11, 1862, and he died in June 5, 1910. Well, he was born in Greensboro, North Carolina, in America, and he was an American short story writer. His stories are known for their surprise ending. This I've already tell you. Now let me tell you, the story is revolving around what? I told you the story is revolving around the theme. Okay, about friendship. The theme is friendship here, and also it revolves around the basic human emotions and belief. So the theme here is related with friendship, and of course we cannot deny that the theme revolves around the basic human emotions and belief. They include faith, hope, the value of life, pessimism, fear of death, sacrifice, love, and friendship. So apart from this, the story gives us a hint that God is the only one who knows whether we ride on with life and take chances. So God is the only one who knows whether we ride on with life and take chances, or trail on and be drawn against the judgment. The melodramatic and picturesque setting of the story connects to the negative status of the main character facing life and death. Now, children, here there are two main characters here. One main character is there. Of course, we cannot say the other was also playing almost the main role, or the main person. There are two friends here, Sue and John C. Now, John C is observed as the main character, but Sue is also a main character. Okay, why John C is here the main character? Because the whole story is revolving around the negative status of John C, and who is facing life and death. She don't know whether she will live or she will die. There is a dilemma in her mind. So this story is rotating about, it is rotating about the theme of human emotions and belief, and of course nobody can deny that friendship again is the theme of this story. Well, now I will tell you, I will read the story for you, and first I will tell you the background, then I will be doing the reading part of the story. So let me tell you about the background of the stories. There are two friends. Okay. The name of one friend is Sue and other is Johnsy. Here Johnsy fall ill, and Sue, her friend, looks in a very gentle manner. She is treating her. She is looking after her. Now, children, this highly inspirational tale deals with the unselfish sacrifice of a man who uses his talent to save the life of another. Now, children, when I will be telling you the story, you will see that Johnsy, two girls, Johnsy and Sue, they used to live in the same flat, and they were friends. But so Johnsy fell seriously ill, and how Sue is taking care of her friend. Just like parents, she is taking care of her. Not only she is helping her in all the things, but she is also sacrificing her life by bringing medicine, by bringing the household out of work. So here this inspirational tale deal with the unselfish sacrifice of a person who uses his talent to save the life of another. That means Sue, she tries her best to save the life of Johnsy, and she has sacrificed a lot. Now children, this we will know when we will go through the story. So two artists, Johanna is known as by the nickname Johnsy, and Sue share an apartment in an artist community. So these two girls, they are sharing an apartment, and where this apartment is situated in an artist community. There is an outbreak of malicious disease which spreads its deadly influence and mows down many of its members. Now Johnsy is infected and soon give up hope of survival. So children, a disease is spread, okay, and many people, it is attacking many people. Many people have fallen in, many people have died. So Johnsy is also infected and soon gives hope of survival. Now children, Johnsy think that she is also having the same disease. She is also suffering with the same disease, and nobody can cure her. So, and she gives her up hopes of survival. She pins her destiny to the survival of one last leaf on a vine which she perceived through her window while lying in bed. Well, the doctor comes. The doctor informs Sue that Johnsy's chance of survival is dependent on her hope and desire to survive. Now, children, Johnsy called the doctor, and when after observing, Sue called the doctor, and after observing Johnsy, the doctor told that Johnsy's chance of survival is dependent on her hope and desire to survive. Sue informed Mr. Behraman, an old friend artist, and he was a neighbor also, about this, and he is annoyed that Johnsy has such little hope. Now children, Johnsy had a little hope, and this was annoying his friend Sue, though she was doing her best to save her, but then she was not able to cure her. Sue informed Mr. Behraman, an old fellow artist, a neighbor, about this, and he is annoyed that Johnsy had such little hope. He is aware of her life fading away with the dropping of the last leaf. Now children, this girl, she had a feeling that there was a tree, okay, and all the leaves on the tree was there in front of her window. Okay, and it was autumn season. The wind is blowing hard and it is raining happily. All the leaves on an ivy creeper have fallen except one, and who doesn't have the last leaf? So children, this had saved the life of Sue. How it is saved, that I am going to tell you. The next morning, after a vicious storm, Johnsy sees the last leaf still clinging to the tree. So children, how Johnsy manages everything, what she does she call a doctor? If not, then how Sue was saved, how Johnsy was saved. So this all we will read in the story. And children, she was saved. Earlier she used to think that her life is fading away with the dropping of the last leaf. Children, that leaf, that plant ivy, that plant was an ivy creeper, and Johnsy, she used to see the leaves of that plant which was in front of her window only. What she used to see, she used to see that all the leaves are falling because of the autumn season, but one leaf is still there, it is not falling. So she believed that this leaf, the moment this leaf will fall, there would be end to her life. And children, when she was thinking, she was becoming ill. So what did Sue do to save her? Was she saved? Who else are there in the story? This we will read when I will be explaining. So now I will be reading both the story. The first part I am going to start. The first page I am going to read for you. It is autumn, the wind is blowing hard and it is raining heavily. So what is the season, children? It is autumn season. In this season, you can see the leaves are continuously falling. The golden yellowish brown color leaves, they continuously fall, and after this only the winter comes. So it is autumn season. The wind is blowing hard and it is raining heavily. All the leaves on an ivy creeper have fallen except one. So one leaf was still left on the creeper, and why doesn't the last leaf fall? This we will know why the last leaf did not fall, and what encouragement this leaf has given to Johnsy. Due to this leaf only her life was saved. How it was saved, that I will be discussing you in the story. So now I am going to start the discussion, the explanation of the story. Well, Sue and Johnsy, two young artists, shared a small flat. The flat was on the third story of an old house. So two friends were there, and the name of the friends were Sue and Johnsy. They were the two young artists. So what was their work? What was their profession? They were two young artists. They shared a small flat. The flat was on the third story of an old house. So children, it was not very safe. The flat was there, situated on the third story of an old house. Johnsy fell very seriously ill in November. She had pneumonia. Children, see the spelling of pneumonia. Okay. Here. Pneumonia. Here P is silent. And it is a type of disease. So Johnsy fell very seriously ill in November, and she had, which disease she was suffering from? She was suffering from pneumonia. She would lie in her bed without moving, and this girl, she was feeling so weak that she always used to lie on her bed without moving, just gazing out of the window. And while laying on her bed, she used to see only one thing. She used to see A leaf is left on the ivy creeper. All the leaves have fell better except one leaf. And Sue, her friend, became very worried. She sent for the no here, just gazing out of the window. Sue, her friend, became very worried. She sent for the doctor. Although he came every day, there was no change in Johnson's condition. Now, children, here the condition of Johnson is described. Day by day, her condition was becoming critical. The doctor came. He had given, as usual, he had given the medicine to her. And Sue, her friend, became very much worried. She sent for the doctors. He came every day. There was no change in Johnson's condition. One day, the doctor took Sue aside and asked her, "Is anything worrying Johnson? Is anything worrying Johnson?" "No," replied Sue. "But why do you ask?" So, what doctor is telling? Doctor is telling that one day the doctor took Sue aside and asked her, "Is anything worry Johnson?" Doctor felt that her condition is deteriorating because she had some tension in her mind. What was the tension? This was not aware to her friend also, but the doctor told her she won't be able to get well soon unless she will stop thinking. So if she is having any tension, she has to forget that tension. Although he came every day, there was no change in Johnson's condition. And children, the condition of the Johnson, it was not changing. It was like that. The way it started, it was still like that. And children, one day the doctor took Sue aside and asked her, "Is anything worrying Johnson?" So he told that if something is worrying your friend, then she has to forget it. And "No," replied Sue, "but why do you ask?" Now the Sue is saying, "But why are you asking this question?" The doctor said, "Johnson, it seems, has made up her mind that she is not going to get well soon. If she doesn't want to leave, medicine will not help her." Now the doctor told her that she has made up her mind that she will never become all right. She will be confined to bed and she is not going to get well very soon. If she doesn't want to leave, medicine will not help her. The doctor has told her no medicine will help her if she has decided that she will not leave and she will die. So doctor said Johnson that Johnson, it seems she has made up her mind that she's not going to get well. And doctor told in a very clear language that if she doesn't want to leave, then no medicine will help her. No medicine will cure her. Now, Sue tried her best to make Johnson take an interest in things around her. So Sue, she was her best friend and she had taken care of Johnson in a very nice manner, and she tried her best to make Johnson to take interest in things around her. She talks about clothes and fashion, as girls are mostly, this is a common topic for girls. They generally talks about the clothes and fashion, but Johnson did not respond. Johnson continued to lie still on her bed, and she was continuously lying on her bed. Sue brought her drawing board into Johnson's room and started painting. Now, children, just to attract her, to attract her mind and to divert her mind, it was Sue. She had brought her drawing board into Johnson's room and started painting. Well, why was she doing all this thing? So to arouse the interest, and then her mind would be diverted from her illness. To take Johnson's mind off her illness. She whistled while working, and she was whistling when she was working. Sue tried her best to make Johnsy take an interest in things around her. She talks about clothes and fashion, but Johnsy did not respond. Johnsy continued to lie still on her bed. Sue brought her drawing board into Johnsy's room and started painting. To take Johnsy's mind off her illness, she whistled while working. Suddenly, Sue heard Johnsy whispering something. Well, one day it was Susie. She heard Johnsy whisper something. She quickly rushed to the bed and heard Johnsy counting backward. So she had heard that Johnsy was counting backward. She was looking out of the window and was saying 12. After some time, she whispered 11, then 10, then 9, 8, 7, and so on. Sue anxiously looked out of the window. She saw an old ivy creeper climbing halfway up the brick wall opposite their window. In the strong wind outside, the creeper was shedding its leaves. So, what she was seeing when the leaf was falling, she was counting 11, 12, then 11, then 10, and so on. She was counting the reverse counting, she was doing it. And she was seeing an old ivy creeper climbing halfway up the brick wall opposite their window. In the strong wind outside, the creeper was shedding its leaves. What is it, dear? Sue asked. 6, whispered Johnsy. They are falling faster now. Now she saw that Johnsy is saying 6, and she overheard that she is telling they are falling faster now. 3 days ago they were almost 100 leaves. There are only 5 left now. It is autumn, said Sue, and the leaves will fall. So Sue told what there is nothing new. There is nothing strange about it. It is autumn season, and in the autumn season the leaves fall. There is nothing new here. Now Johnsy told her, when the last leaf falls, I will die. She told her, when the last leaf will fall, I will surely die. Said Johnsy with finality, I have known this for the last 3 days. And she is telling this feeling I am having from the last 3 days. Oh, that nonsense, replied Sue. What have old ivy leaves to do with you getting well? Now, Sue was very worried and she started scolding her. She told that there is no relationship between this ivy tree and about your illness. Why are you joining these two things? Your illness and ivy tree. The doctor is confident that you will get better, and he is telling that one doctor is also coming and looking after you, and even he is telling that you will get better. Johnsy did not say anything. Sue went and brought her a bowl of soup. Now children, see how nicely Sue was taking care of her friend. So she went there and she bought a bowl of soup. I don't want any soup, said Johnsy. I'm not hungry. Now Johnsy told, I don't want any soup. I'm not hungry. Now there are only 4 leaves left. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark, and then I will sleep forever. So her friend told, already there are 4 leaves are left now, and I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark. Then I will sleep forever. I will sleep forever means she will also die and she will not come to this place again. Sue sat on Johnsy's bed, kissed her and said, you're not going to die. I can't draw the curtain for I need the light. I want to finish the painting and get some money for us. Now Sue was a very intelligent girl, and she was making painting to collect the money for Johnsy's, because as her medicine was going to finish. So Sue sat on Johnsy's bed, kissed her and said, you're not going to die. I can't draw the curtain for I need the light. She's telling, I can't because you are seeing all this thing, the ivy creeper you're seeing from here, and you're getting upset. And she's saying, I can't draw curtain because I am working hard and I need the light. I want to finish the painting and get some money for us. Now children, see how nicely she is managing all the things. She knew that as soon as her medicine will finish, she will have to buy a new medicine, and they were not having enough money. So she was working hard. Please, my dear friend, she begged Chauncey, promise not to look out of the window while I paint. So her friend told Chauncey that please promise me that you will not look outside the window till I paint. All right, said Chauncey. Finish your painting soon, for I want to see the last leaf fall. Now, Chauncey is telling to Sue, okay, fine, if you're painting, it's okay. You paint, and then as soon as you will finish your painting. I would like to see that last leaf fall, and hence I would like to die. I'm tired of waiting. I have to die, so let me go away peacefully like one of those poor tired leaves. Now, children, it seems that Chauncey was very, very upset, and so many negative feelings was coming to her. And she was, she has shared this feeling to all of us. And what was that? She told that, I'm tired of waiting. I have to die, so let me go away peacefully like one of those poor tired leaves. Leaves are also falling how? By children, by shedding themselves from the ivy creeper tree, ivy creeper plant. Try to sleep, said Sue. I have to paint an old miner. I will call Behraman up to be my model. Now, children, she told her that you better sleep because you are not feeling well, and I will call somebody to help me. Now, children, she knew a person who was living on the ground floor, and the name of that person is Behraman. Behraman is also a very good artist, but his luck is not favoring him now. He's simply sitting. So try to sleep, said Sue. I have to paint an old miner. I will call Behraman up to be my model. Now, while as Sue, she told Chauncey, you just take rest, and then I will be calling Behraman. He is a very good painter, and I will ask him idea that how he is going to paint an old miner. She rushed down, and then children, she went up. After seeing this, she rushed to the ground floor where Behraman lived, and he was a 60-year-old painter. So what was his age? Behraman was 60-year-old painter. His lifelong dream was to paint a masterpiece, but that had remained a dream. Naturally, his only wish was to paint a masterpiece. Here, masterpiece, that something should look, his painting, whatever he will paint, that would be known as masterpiece, because the people will be confused whether it is an artificial or a real thing. Whatever he will draw, it would be looking exactly like the same thing. So he is telling that Behraman is telling that it is my only wish that I want to make a masterpiece, and whenever I will die, that masterpiece will be, through that masterpiece I will become famous. Actually, the age of painter is also being is discussed here. He is 60-year-old painter, and his lifelong dream was to paint a masterpiece, but had remained a dream. Sue poured out her worries to Behraman. She told him how Chauncey was convinced that she would die when the last leaf would fall. Is she stupid? Asked Behraman. How can she be so foolish? Now Behraman is surprised by this behavior, by this superstitious feeling of Jhansi. He told, how can she believe this? And he told that how do she know that she would die when the last leaf would fall? And how can she be so foolish? How she can know about her future? She is running a high temperature, complained Sue. She refused to eat or drink, and that worries me a lot. Now, children, Sue is telling the worst thing is that she has stopped eating, she has stopped drinking, and this is the thing which is worrying me, because when the person die, all this thing happens to him. So, children, in next video, I will be telling you what really happened to Jhansi. Was she safe, or was she died? This we will know when we will read the other part of the video. When I will be explaining you about in the other part of the video. Until then, you will see this video once again. If you did not understand it, try to understand by watching one more time. And with this, I end my video here. Thank you and have a nice day.